Okay, great. Yeah, welcome along. This is Rapid Weight Loss YouTube channel, and what you see before you is what's called a body mass index chart. And if you now take a moment to look at the height on the left side of the chart and the weight on the top, you can match up where your BMI currently falls. It's just a quick reference chart, which is it's pretty good. But you will notice that you have blue, which is classed as underweight. You have green, which is classed as healthy. Yellow, which is classed as overweight. Orange, which is classed as obese. And a new classifications that will be coming out of the BMI chart will be the obese, but into the extremely obese now. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment. But defining adult overweight and obesity weight that's higher than what is considered as healthy for a given height is described as overweight or obese. Body mass index or BMI is used as a screening tool for overweight or obesity. So it's a great reference for people that, different things going on in their life. They're trying to figure out if, they've put weight on or where they fall or should they be concerned. Could it impact their health? So throwing a quick look at the BMI chart will give you an idea. Hey, if you fall into the overweight or obese category on the chart, you know that maybe it's time to either do something with your nutrition or exercise or whatever. So adult body mass index is still classed as BMI, right? The body mass index is a person's weight in kilograms divided by the square height in meters. A high BMI can be an indicator of high body fat. If your BMI is less than 18.5%, it falls within the underweight range. So as you can see there, it falls within that range there, under 18.5. If your BMI is 25 and falls below 30, so that's 25 to 29, it falls within the green zone, which is healthy. If your BMI is 30 or higher, it falls within the obese range, right? So, yeah. So you have 18, anything below 18.5 is underweight, 18 to 25 is healthy, 25, let's say below 30 is overweight, which is yellow. And then you have BMI over 30 or higher, falls within the obese range. So on the chart there you see there is new data coming out. The BMI charts are going to be all updated. There's now going to be 3 classifications of the obesity, which is basically sweeping the planet, which is really bad for humanity. So class 1, which will be BMI of 30 to 35, below 35. Class 2 will be BMI of 30 to 40, below 40. And Class 3 is going to be BMI of 40 or higher. Class 3 obesity is sometimes characterized as extreme or severely obese, or severe obesity. So, it's really sad to see these charts change so dramatically. So, and there was data recently that was collected, and it falls within the United States, and it says that one of the healthiest states to live in with some of the lowest BMI that falls within the green range is Colorado and the District of Columbia. And they found that in 19 states there was 25% to less than 30% of adults had obesity. That's 19 states. That's definitely creeping up than what it was even a couple of years ago. It's already, the percentage is starting to creep up more and more. And they found that 30% to less than 35% of adults had obesity in 22 states, Guam and Puerto Rico. And they found that 35% or more adults had obesity in 7 states: Alabama, Arkansas, Iowa, Louisiana, Mississippi, Oklahoma, and West Virginia. And they found that the South and the Midwest had the highest prevalence of obesity, followed by the Northeast and the West. The South was 32.4, the Midwest was 32.3, and the Northeast was 27.7, and the West was 26.1. So these numbers are each year creeping more and more up. So definitely something going on. Let's take a look at an astounding chart to do with the globe. This has to do with the entire globe and what's after happening within 40 years with the obesity. Let's take a look. So as you can see, it starts off in yellow, begins to slowly creep up, go into the 80s, and something happens in the middle of the 80s. Things start to really kick off in the 80s there, and then it starts to really spread like a virus, more and more. Red is not good at all. Red is not good. And then it goes into purple. Not good at all. So again, if you let it restart again, so the 80s, something really changed in the 80s, and it started to begin to escalate quicker and quicker. Something happened in the 90s, like in the mid 90s, the early 90s, because then the US starts to really kick off here and escalate very quickly with obesity. It's leading there, and then look, it's the first country as well to go to purple. So if you look at the chart again, watch how it develops one more time. Yeah, something definitely happens in the 90s, because once it hits the Americas, it just takes off. I'll let it go one more time, but notice how it shifts. It shifts rapidly. When it shifts into the Americas, it just doesn't stop. It just keeps going and going and going, and then it goes into purple. That's not good at all. Not good at all. It goes into red. It's there for about so many years. Dark red, getting worse, and then it goes to purple in 2006, 2007, 2009. It really takes off. So anyway, more information will be coming shortly.